Shabbat shalom again, everybody. Good Shabbos, good Shabbos. So, besides Vashamri, there's a lot that's packed into this week's Torah portion, and you'll hear some of that tomorrow morning. I'm not going to steal any of that thunder, but what I was thinking about on the way over today was the ending of the Torah portion, which is a very unusual one. Moses comes down from Mount Sinai. He's been up for the second time now, for 40 days, 40 nights, taking care of the second set of tablets, because he broke the first. And this time, there's more description of his experience. And it's the last bit as he comes down that I wanted to share with you today. So, and Sky, you know this because we've studied it together. So Moses comes down, and he's not aware initially that his face is glowing, his face is radiant. And this is described that he has a karan or, like a beam of light that is coming out from his forehead, so much so that the children of Israel can't even be in his presence. He needs to wear a veil when he's around them. This is the transformative experience that he has had on the top of Mount Sinai. This is captured in art in many different ways, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So Rembrandt does a good job. If you look at the painting of Rembrandt, you'll see beams of light. Karan or sounds like Keren or, which could be horns of light, which is why Michelangelo has horns on Moses, which did not go well in depictions of Jews in the world. But it comes from this moment that Moses comes down from Mount Sinai. So why did this grab my attention? Because Moses has had this experience where he's been secluded with God on Mount Sinai, what led to these beams of light? Well, there's at least two midrashim that I can think of that try and explain it. One is that when Moses says to God, I want to see your face, and God says, no way, no one can see my face and live. God says, I'll hold you in the cleft of the rock, and my presence will pass by. And that's when God declares the 13 attributes, Adonai, Adonai, that we sing at festivals when we take the Torah out of the ark, Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. So one midrash says that as God was passing Moses, or as God's presence was passing Moses, so a little bit of God's essence rubbed off onto Moses, and that's why he was so radiant. Another one says that when Moses was writing out the Torah, or chipping out the Ten Commandments, that a little bit of divine ink spilt onto his fingers, and he wiped it onto his brow. And so that's why he glowed with that light. That's fine, but I suppose what they're really talking about, or in a metaphorical or lyrical way, as you want to take it, is that Moses is changed from the person that he was because of the experience that he's been through. And I thought about it because as we had Purim today, I thought, sure, every year when we mark a festival, it's the same rituals, it's the same things that we do, but it always feels different. Not because the ritual is different, but because we are different. And how much have we changed? How much have the Jewish people changed? How much has our reality changed? How much has the world changed in the last year? It's inevitable that we will be impacted by what happens around us. As much as we are in touch with our inner selves, we also have what is around us impacting us. And it's inevitable that will create transformation and change within ourselves. And I wonder if we're aware of that. I wonder if we have markers, because maybe we don't have beams of light coming out from our forehead to have people warn us. But when we encounter those transitions, sometimes when we're not aware of them or how much we've changed, we shine that in positive and not so positive ways on the people that are closest to us. That can cause alarm, that can cause harm, or it can cause inspiration. But sometimes when we are aware of it, we decide to veil. We decide to go a little bit quieter. And I suppose that it's interesting that this veil is not mentioned in the rest of the story of the journey of the Israelites and Moses over the next 40 years. So one can imagine that Moses needed the veil initially, maybe not to be able to alarm the children of Israel. But over time, either they got used to him, or maybe the shine got rubbed off in the day-to-day work of leading a couple 100,000 Jews across the desert. Let's hope it was the first. So I suppose the thought that I wanted to leave us this evening in contemplating this glow of Moses and this veil is that inevitably we are impacted by what is going on around us. And the world that we are in, it seems to be changing daily. And we have to respond to those changes. But what is within us is, or what is within our control, is the way that we respond. What it is that we can connect to, what it is that grounds us. Who are the people that we need to be around in order to navigate these changes? Those are the important questions that we need to think on and reflect on in this time of change. So, acknowledging transformation, acknowledging change, acknowledging that every Shabbat is a mini cycle of change. Every Friday it comes around and we do the same things, but we are different people. So, V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, as we sang earlier and as we read in our Torah portion, the children of Israel guarded Shabbat. So this Shabbat, may it be an opportunity for us to reflect on the transitions and changes, whether that's through the years or through the weeks, through the hours and the minutes, and may we have the tools to be able to ground ourselves through those changes. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Good Shabbos.